私がキン肉マンとコンビを組むキン肉マングレートだ。その正体はハワイのプリンスカメハメ。知ってるな、諸君。
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary genders alike, fellow Chojins, we have today in my possession, right before you, whom you see, the great and powerful announcer. Let him hear it. Thank you very much. Now, before I continue, I feel that it should be addressed that, yes, Kinnikuman Great here does bear a striking resemblance to the racial stereotype known as blackface. Now, this is a very unfortunate accident that was not intentional. While it is true that the Kinnikuman series does have a wide variety of ethnicities for the main characters, none of them are particularly stereotypes of their countries, except for maybe Ramen Man. But Kinnikuman Great here is a persona whose real identity, which is a spoiler by the way, that of Prince Kamehame, whose voice that you heard in the beginning of the video, that was him talking. Prince Kamehame is actually Kinnikuman, the main character's teacher, and he taught him all his wrestling moves. Kinnikuman needed a partner to help him in the Dream Tag Tournament arc, so Prince Kamehame had the idea of dressing up as Kinnikuman Great because the tournament only allowed young Chojins, and thus Kinnikuman Great was born. So character is not really supposed to represent any specific ethnicity. Prince Kamehame, however, he himself is I believe Polynesian. He's from Hawaii. I believe that's the indigenous people there. I don't know. I apologize, I've offended people. But so the two things that I wanted to mention: the actual design of the lips was already a predetermined look for the main character, which Kinnikuman right here. As you can see, Kinnikuman, the actual shape of the lips was already, a design by choice. The skin tone was more of an afterthought, and even still, I don't think they personally saw it as racist because there's not really a lot of foreigners in Japan. This was like an anime that was aired like the 90s or something like that. The most interesting aspect is that put it back here. This, my friends, is actually the true canonical color of Kinnikuman Great, because if you didn't know, there is a manga first and the anime was second. And for whatever reason, I have a theory, or I guess, yeah, that's what you'd call it, why they changed the colors. I feel like because they were adapting it into an anime, they wanted the characters to appeal to kids more, I feel like. Because pretty much every single character, aside from maybe Kinnikuman, pretty much all the other characters, they changed their colors drastically in the anime, and I'm guessing again that's probably to appeal to the kids, because this is his manga true colors, which is that of a dark red color. Let's focus on this. This is the true, in my opinion, the canonical Kinnikuman Great, and I'm hoping that they re-release an official manga variant of this figure, but I'm not holding my breath on that. I don't know because this was an online exclusive. And I don't even know if they're going to be re-releasing like a manga variant, because this was, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen. But anyways, I'm going to skip ahead into because this is going to be addressed. So it doesn't really help to address or relieve my point, the fact that he comes with a Caucasian white male head as a swappable accessory. Now this looks bad. This looks very bad. It doesn't look good. But there's an explanation to this, I can assure you that much. There's a reasoning why they included this head. This character in particular is that of Terryman, Kinnikuman's best friend, right-hand partner. He was there from the very beginning. And during the Dream Tag Tournament arc, Terryman was under some serious heavy fire, him and his partner Geronimo. And Kinnikuman Great here, being the noble bastard that he is, decided to jump. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, Prince Kamehame is actually 70 years old, and he was still kicking some serious ass in his age. That's crazy. He was like one of the first Chojin that was actually like super serious. He was using karate. He's the most badass character you're ever gonna see. Anyways, I digress. My point is, when Terryman, he was in serious trouble, Kinnikuman decided to jump in and help him, but at the cost of his own life. That's a spoiler, by the way. What I'm saying is that Kinnikuman Great, Prince Kamehame, met an unfortunate fate, and he was slowly dying. He was dying. And then Terryman decided to take him into the locker room, and on his deathbed, like this, something like this, Kinnikuman Great, he's like, Terryman, we're not focused. I'm trying to tell a story here. There you go. Terryman, I'm dying. You must take the mantle and become Kinnikuman Great, the second. And Terryman willfully agreed, and he took off his mask and he became Kinnikuman Great, the second. And thus, that is the reasoning why there is a Caucasian white male head. Hopefully that clears things up and it doesn't make things look bad. Moving on, as for the character himself, the figure, nothing too drastic. There is, I noticed, pretty much, as far as everything in the articulation, it's pretty much the same as any other SH figure arts in the Kinnikuman series, line of figures. Except for the neck, I feel like the neck is new, pretty sure. Because when you compare these two, they kind of have a similar kind of tank top kind of thing, but not really. As you can see, the entirety of Kinnikuman Great's neck is actually movable. See how it's moving along with his head. So he has a ball joint right here and a ball joint right there, and you can move it along. And I feel it definitely feels more natural. This one does not. It only has the neck as a movable piece, and it feels a little bit more. Well, actually, no, I can still get the same, right? This one is a little bit more. But yeah, so I really like that. The shading, or the only part of him that actually has like paint applications, I feel it's a little too heavy at the chest, and they didn't really do a good job at the pecs because it pretty much looks like a cross. That's all that is. I know that's not the intention. They were supposed to, like, you can see his abdominal muscles kind of sort of. I think the purpose of this was to make it like highlight his abs, but they didn't do a good job at it, and it just looks like a plus sign. It's a minor thing, but I can look over it. No shading whatsoever in the back muscles, pure white. That kind of sucks. And yeah, pretty much that's all. I feel like somewhat limited in the ankles because of his bell-bottom jeans. I believe that's what these are. Well, they're not jeans, but they're bell-bottoms, because this is a 70s-esque look kind of thing. I really like the face. It's so badass. Look at that face, man. It's so cool. As for accessories, you already saw Terryman, which by the way, I need to mention this. We're pretty much 13 SH Figure Arts Kinnikuman figures, I believe 13 or 12, something like that. We're so far along in the series and we still don't have a Terryman figure. And this is weird because Terryman, they had a poll on which character they were going to turn into an SH Figure Arts, and Terryman was voted 6th on the poll. He was 6th voted to become a figure, and we're already 13 figures in and still no sign of Terryman. What's going on, Japan? Is it because he's American? Is that why you don't like Americans? What's the deal there? I don't know. And we still have no announcements on that. The only other two characters that have been recently announced but no pre-orders haven't been up is Ramen Man and some guy named Nemesis, but those guys won't come out until like February or March of next year. So pretty much we're left with no other SH Figure Arts Kinnikuman figures for the rest of the year, and that's gonna leave me very sad. So sad. Terryman, one of these days next year, you're gonna get your own figure, and then hopefully we're gonna get Kinnikuman Super Phoenix, and then I'll take whatever I'll get. I don't really care for Geronimo or Wolfman, but you know what? I gotta complete the Idol Chojin. Gotta have them all. Moving along, we have his screaming face, which unfortunately the pink kind of focus here. The pink application, or the pink paint, kind of rubs off on his nose here, right there. It's kind of bleeding into his nose compared to this side. That kind of sucks, but it's a minor thing. And he came with these other sets of hands. These are his grabbing hands with hinge fingers, basic stuff, and some exclusive hands made for him only, because he has a very distinct fighting style that of something along the lines of karate, with his signature rolling savate kick. And I really like these hands. I kind of wish his other hand was shaped like this, but you know what? I'll take what I can get. That's all I have to say on Kinnikuman Great. one of the coolest figures / characters. He's probably ranked number 1 on my list of Kinnikuman characters that I like. Prince Kamehame, may you rest in peace, just like my homie Harami back there. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the slideshow.